Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party Network. I am your host, Daniel Prue, and joining me, as always, are my two buddies, Darren and Philip. Hey, guys, how was your week?
Well, I think Darren has
most logical.
Yes. I think Darren has the bigger story of like, I can't record last Sunday, vague reason. And then I suddenly see where he was. So we'll get to him in a second. But this past weekend, I virtually, Starfleet, the Star Trek International Fan Club Association Incorporated, that I'm a member of, had their international conference. It was in Atlanta, but they also had a virtual convention sort of in tandem with it. And so that was sort of Friday and Saturday. So that was kind of fun to at least get the virtual con experience, because they have sort of what's called Gather Town. And it's sort of like this 8-bit version. Think of like original Legend of Zelda or something, but it's like it does the entire con floor. So you have your little character and you can walk around, and then when you meet someone, you can see their actual video and sound. And so you can still talk and meet people that way. And then you can go into like the convention room, and then they actually have the video playing of the real thing. So that was sort of fun experience.
So that sounds cool. Yeah.
I got to try out my new bomber jacket that I got from the late 23rd century bomber jacket. Just, first featured in Star Trek 3, The Search of Spock. So, of course, when it's, it wasn't Fahrenheit, I don't know, upper 70s here, no AC, plus the white shirt, which I'm not currently wearing. Got the fan at full blast while I was wearing that. But other than that, it's pretty cool.
Now, were your pips and squeaks appropriate? Because that's what
Yeah,
why even bother, Philip? Why even bother?
I have the actual 23rd century pen. I like this better because this is a Region 20, the UK and Ireland that I'm a member of. And then this is actually a 3D printed Fleet Captain. I know this is an audio medium, but anyway, this is the Fleet Captain 3D printed that someone had made me. I'd ordered like proper metal ones, because with these uniforms, there's so much you got to think of, because you actually have to buy two. One goes here, and then one goes here. And then the pips and squeaks go on the white part of the sleeve. So
one goes on the shoulder, one goes on the sleeve.
Yeah.
Those are the hears that Philip said in this audio medium.
Exactly, yeah, sorry. So those are all on order and coming. Spent way too much money, of course. But anyway, so yeah.
No wonder Starfleet abandoned that. It was just too complicated. And they just went to jumpsuits. And
red pajamas. Yeah. Spandex.
Way easier.
Yeah.
Yep. Darren, what were you doing? I didn't know you were doing secret things and doing stuff. So
you make it sound like it was a big secret. It wasn't. I just didn't reveal a lot, I guess.
So
No, I got to go to San Diego Comic-Con for Saturday and Sunday. Just a quick weekend, so drove down early Saturday morning and drove home Sunday night. But I got to bring BD6 riding on the mouse droid, and we had a droid builders panel on Sunday, which had around 250 in attendance, which was really cool. I'd been to Comic-Con to San Diego probably back in like 2019, I think was the last time I went. I took L3 down because they had the solo cockpit, and so I rolled with a crew of other cosplayers, and we got some awesome photos. But it's very difficult to get tickets, so I usually only am able to go if someone like gives me something. But the panel was really fun, and the best part.
I should note, because Darren apparently has some sort of problem. He didn't go to the panel. He was on the panel.
Sorry. Moderated the panel.
The panel.
I still. You make it sound like I'm trying to keep this a secret. I'm not. I'm a humble guy, guys.
Exactly.
I've moderated this panel several times at other conventions. So, and it's funny because, for an extent, I think a lot of droid builders are fairly introverted. So it started when someone was like, "Oh, well, do you want to moderate it?" And I'm like, "Sure." And it wasn't like a short straw. It was more like no one else wanted have that responsibility. And then I did it so well that every year they're just like, oh, well, Darren will just do it. I'm like, oh, sure. Okay. I'm sure no one else wants to. Okay. No one else wants to. Okay, sure. I can do that. But, so moderating, that was probably the biggest panel we've had. I mean, it was the 3:30 on Sunday time slot, which isn't, prime real estate, but it still worked out great.
I did have a question, Darren. Now, of course, I actually can't remember, so this is going to be a very vague question that hopefully you'll jog my memory. I remember a picture of the panel, I think. Mm-hmm. And so this is arbitrary. I'm not trying to call anyone out, but because when I think droid and making and stuff like that, I think, making. But I swear there was someone in a costume. I mean, there had to be a person inside that.
Yes.
So, and I'm not trying to be there should be some sort of fight or something, but is there a line between intricate cosplay and droid make? You know what I'm trying to say?
No, you're absolutely right. And I can explain, guys. I can explain.
Okay.
No, so that was
it C-3PO? Was that what it was?
That was my friend Cameron, who's actually from Australia, and he made a part showing 3PO costume. So like episode 1 where he, it looks like all the parts, which is a very difficult costume to pull off. So he actually was in town for the convention, like I said, from Australia. He won 2 awards at the Masquerade the night before, like best sci-fi and best something else. I can't recall. But he stopped by to meet us, and we just gave him a little honor on the side at the very beginning, hey, congratulations again, Cameron, for your win. So yeah, he wasn't a part of the panel. He was kind of dropping by. But yeah, the main panel is all about robotic and puppetry. So that's the main focus. But we're all about enjoying droid building in its many forms.
Did he actually put a servo inside his body like 3PO has? That's pretty impressive.
Himself was the servo, as it were.
At any point, did he because I'm sure that there's various displays, even in the panel or elsewhere in the halls, just stand next to droids and then just come alive and scare the crap out of people?
I know he did get some shots at the Lucasfilm booth, which has a lot of Star Wars-ish walls and things like that. And I did see some pictures of him with some R2s, which I thought was clever. And he's in full mode,
articulation.
He's talking and he's got a little voice amp, so he's sounding like 3PO. But yeah, as fun as the panel was, which it was always a fun time. My favorite part was on Sunday in the morning. I changed it up a bit. Instead of going around with BD a lot, I just stayed in one place. So I stayed at the Lucasfilm booth, which is very carpeted, and they have these kind of display pillars of the different costumes from the Acolyte and lightsabers and stuff. So there's lots of room to move around. And I just stayed there for 3 hours and just, because wave after wave of kids would come through and, it would turn over. But at one point there was this 20-foot circle of kids, and BD's just driving around in the middle, just up to them. And it was magical. The kids, you could tell they were just enthralled. And I'm standing right there in a blue shirt, with a giant RC controller, but it didn't matter. They didn't pay attention to me. And so that was the most fun, was just making these moments. And that's why I take, my droids to conventions. It's to share it. Otherwise it's just driving around my garage and talking to my guinea pigs. It's not as interesting, but no, getting to.
I do like how in this scenario he's created, his own kids are not allowed to look at it. Get away! Dad's working. This is for other children to enjoy.
Oh no, they love the droid so much so because I have K2SO standing next to me. I kind of didn't think about that when we first showed them Rogue One. And so they were very upset by the death of K2 at the end because he's their buddy from the garage. I didn't really make that connection of how strong of an emotion that would bring because, and that's the first domino to fall. And then all the other characters, die. I'm like, oh, man. So, I mean, they did enjoy the movie, but that moment was rough. So
he comes back, right? Right?
Yeah.
He lives on right here.
Yeah. But
hey, listen, if Darth Maul gets to come back, anybody can come back.
Somehow the droids have returned.
I will die on that hill for the rest of my life. But anyways, just out of curiosity, Darren, does the guinea pig ever ride the droid? Because that would be hilarious. That would be
that would be hilarious. I need to make. I should make a clear ball BB-8 and put the guinea pig inside as if it's a hamster, driving him around. I think that would be hilarious.
I don't know if you had a POG filter for your guinea pigs on your phone. You could just turn them into.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, so that was where I was last weekend. It was lots of fun. I mean, I would have changed the recording time to another time, but somebody lives in the UK, so it's a little difficult. But
to keep on theme, and also to escalate this, because obviously, Philip with his convention, and then Darren did the big thing at the bigger convention. Guys, I too went to a convention, and it was the big flea market convention in town, and. That's it. That's my story. It wasn't very exciting, but there was one Star Trek.
You could find some Star Trek stuff.
There were 2 Star Trek things there. So they had like original TOS toys and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not into that. So no thanks. And there was one booth that had like a lot of custom artwork stuff, and they had almost got there. They had a TNG. It said something about being on the bridge. It's like kind of like an advertisement sort of thing. It was really cool. It was really, really, really cool. It was just something that they made, but they had a bunch of different art. But anyways, that was it. That wasn't very exciting, honestly. We bought a flamingo, a fake plastic flamingo. It's like huge. I don't know why. But anyways, that was what we did. But that's not what people want to listen to. And Darren brings up Comic-Con, and there was some Star Trek news that happened at Comic-Con. So that'll roll us right into our topic today. And let's talk about the state of Star Trek now, because we did get some solid information about what's coming up here and some sneak peeks. So where do you guys want to start? Do you want to Band-Aid this? And
Friendship Day.
Friendship Day?
Doctor Who and Star Trek together.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's right.
I briefly, because this is just
no, explain that, because I've heard it, but I didn't get the whole synopsis, so I don't know what that is.
I mean, I don't know, like the genesis of the whole thing is like, I mean, why not? But obviously, my ears perk up when like suddenly my chocolate and peanut butter is being mixed together, because it was Russell T Davies, for those who don't know, the current showrunner of Doctor Who, and Alex Kurtzman. Which is kind of weird in some of the covers, like showrunner. Like, he's not what I would call a showrunner. Like, to my knowledge, and look, the man runs Star Trek. I'm not trying to like belittle that man, but like, he doesn't write for anything, does he? Like, he doesn't write any of the episodes, right?
Maybe he does. Aware of. I don't know. I have no idea how much he's involved. Yeah,
as a showrunner. I mean, he's just like the grand poobah of Star Trek, which is fine. But anyway, I was like the two show
brand manager.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's not really a show. Like, Russell writes half of Doctor Who. But anyway, apparently they just had this.
Look, you call it series, we call it season. It's very different.
But yeah, it was just an event. I mean, nothing per se. It was little stuff. Like, there was a nice little video that kind of meshed Doctor Who and Star Trek together, and the positive messages of both. And then sort of like, as far as like the outputs, because you're like, oh God, what could it was, I mean, I'm not complaining, but it was sort of like in the phone games, there's the Doctor Who, I forget what it's called, phone game app. I played, but then got tired of it. And then there's the Lower Decks phone game. And so now they're having, Daniel, crossovers. Mm-hmm. So now on the Lower Decks one, I'm playing the 10th Doctor has showed up with the TARDIS.
If it's not you hold your phone up and I hold my phone up and we get a proprietary cable and connect it, and that's the only way we can collect all 151 characters. If it's not that, I don't want it.
Yeah.
They so this isn't the first time, right? Because we have seen in the past there was a comic crossover between Star Trek and Doctor Who.
Yeah. That was with the Cybermen and Borg. Yeah,
well,
11th. I believe 11th Doctor. Yes, it was 11th Doctor and TNG.
Oh, that's right. It was like the Cybermen and the Borg teamed up or something like that, which sounds terrifying.
Yeah, and I mean, and of course, there was, as we've referred to, there was this potential of an Enterprise Doctor Who crossover at some point that I think was discussion stage at least, and probably not got any further than that. But anyway, so yeah, but that was it. I mean, that was so it's just two properties just having a hug. That was basically it.
That would have been interesting. What a wild ride that would have been if God, what's the Ninth Doctor's name? If Eccleston just showed up on on Enterprise, like what the heck is going on here? Like that would be a very different sort of.
Oh yeah,
it would have been just strange. I'd be sweet, but it
would have worked because again, this is Eccleston or the Ninth Doctor, of course, having he's many things, but having somewhat of a darker tone than say 10 and 11, and then Enterprise, especially Xindi, War having a dark, it could have meshed those tones together.
I could have seen it. That'd have been cool. I don't think we'll see a live action crossover anytime soon, but if we did, I mean, you could throw. The new guy, right, in the TARDIS in Strange New Worlds. Why not? That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, and RTD, or Russell T. Davies, in the past, now, I mean, the man's been working forever, but in his early time, or first time around Doctor Who, not a huge fan of Star Trek, just because stuff that I've read, or stuff that he's wrote and that I've read. But anyway, apparently nowadays, in the 2020s, he is now a proponent of Star Trek, and so I think he, and again, not a Doctor Who podcast here, but there was a Doctor Who new spinoff announced, kind of like, which we'll talk about, a TV movie basically, or a miniseries, and so and Russell did the original spinoffs the first time, so Torchwood, Sarah Jane Adventures, Class. I forget if that was during his time, but anyway, so that's something he's interested in. Of course. For those who don't know, Doctor Who has a Disney partnership now, so that's why you can now watch Doctor Who on Disney Plus if you don't live in the UK. And so, I mean,
you moved there for no reason, Philip. You could have just stayed.
I mean, watch it for free here, but anyway.
That's why you moved to the UK. We understand.
Yeah. So, look, I don't think anything's going to happen, but the conditions are there, is all I'll say.
Yeah. Well, obviously they're probably chummy. Maybe they're not buddies. Who knows? But I would love a game. That'd be cool. But of course, it's probably more like print media, or if there was any sort of tangible sort of something that comes out of it. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool stuff. Anything else in Doctor Who land? Wait! You said the spinoff. That's isn't it like Martha or Martha adjacent characters or something? Is that what I heard?
Not really. No, it's I'm gonna get the title wrong, but it's like something like War on Land and Sea or something. It's the for those who know Doctor Who, it's the Silurians. Who were there's two Silurians. This is the ones that live in the water versus the ones who don't live in the water. But anyway, and so they claim Earth as being their home. And so apparently it takes place in sort of, I'm hand quoting, modern Doctor Who. So like now, it's not like future or past. It is now Earth. And so you'll have people from UNIT that are in the current series that people would know if you're watching Doctor Who now. And so, yeah, it'll go from there about how UNIT. So it's sort of a UNIT show, not really a Doctor Who. So, yeah.
Though he will show up, I assume. At least
it's one of those things, and the same as Star Trek, and we'll talk about. I don't think anyone necessarily asked for. But so it's not like I'm not uber excited, but I'm like, okay, sure. Sure.
Well, speaking of, since you mentioned TV movies, let's just do it. Let's talk about it. There was a trailer for Section 31, and you've kind of been nice about it. I'm not going to be nice. I decided I don't care, and I mean, I won't be derogatory, but I mean, come on, what are we doing here? What do you guys think of the trailer for Section 30 Star Trek?
You just literally watched it there. And what do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting. I honestly think the biggest strike against the Section 31 thing is the delay. Like, if this had come out in the middle of Discovery, it would at least kind of jived a little more. But it's been so long since that drop happened, and I still remember the episode of Discovery where we went to the mirror and Jojo was like, "Oh, Jojo's back." And although every time we saw Mirror Jojo, I think we always just missed Prime Jojo, and we wish she had been around longer. At least that's how I felt. So yeah, it's a different tone. Modern would be one word you could use. I'm not going to knock it in the fact that, like you said, Philip, I don't know who asked for this, but here it is. But I'm never going to be upset with more Star Trek. Like, we've been getting so much Star Trek, so much Star Wars right now. So I'm sure somebody will enjoy it. I will probably just rewatch all of Lower Decks combined in the amount of time. But that's fine. I have that choice. So yeah, it doesn't look that interesting to me. I maybe, and we'll talk about the Strange New Worlds in a moment, but I've mentioned in other trailers that I really like the play a scene for a trailer to get a vibe. Like, if you pick the right scene, you're like, okay, that's what this is going to be like. Maybe this show would have been better with that instead of the standard montage, because I don't know any of these characters. I don't know, so I don't know what to expect. And the fact that it's a movie / it's not a series anymore. Like, I don't know what to expect, and that just makes it hard to want to go into this blind.
And again, I mean, I'm not gonna say I have an open mind. I'm not gonna like it, but I think just trying to be slightly objective as I watch the trailer, I'm like, okay, it looks like it seems, I mean, it's a trailer, you can't tell everything, but it seems like it's a prequel to Georgiou, or Mare Georgiou, let's be specific. And so we'll see this Mare universe, which personally don't care about. But okay, if you're interested in this character, you're going to see how she came to be the Emperor, which, I mean, long story short, the trailer feels like, look, we were going to do a series, but we smushed into the movie. Because I'm like, if you do her prequel and then whatever her adventure, because it's a movie, it can only be one. I mean, that's a lot. So I don't know how long this movie's supposed to be. Because it's like prequel, you could do like flashbacks in every episode, but then build up whatever theme you're trying to build with the current adventure. But like, if you're doing both, I'm like, okay, well, that'll be fun. And then from what we can tell, against trailer, the current adventure, which I still don't know when it's precisely set, because if you have Captain Garrett, which I don't actually know which character that was in the trailer. But like, I don't know how the time works. I mean, who cares? Well, I do. Of course I care. But like, I don't know how the time works because she's not that old. I mean, like, she was a captain in mid 24th century. I mean, how old can she?
I forgot she was even in the show. Or in the movie.
Well, and with Georgiou, like,
or she in the future? I mean, her.
Are we supposed to be sympathetic for her? Like, that's the thing. Like,
great question, Darren.
This is where it lands. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, just like, I mean, I felt sympathetic for Lorca. Lorca was very interesting in the bit that we got of him. Like, it could go either way. Like, where you're, but Georgiou has always been played as like this terrible person, and I'm like, okay, I don't see any redemption. Like, I just don't care.
I think that. Go ahead.
I was going to say that just the line in the trailer where they specifically say you murdered millions of your own people. So yeah, she's pretty bad. She's a pretty bad person.
But then I can tell. Well, I can't tell anything. What the trailer would present to me as a viewer, I can phrase it in that odd way, is that, oh, here's young Georgiou, and I'm reading a lot into it. Oh, that's her dad, and he got killed, and then she, unwillingly became the emperor and had to assume, and then it was the struggle. And I'm like, again, man, I bet you Stalin, pretty cute kid when he was a boy, but like, I don't know what you're trying to do to me here. I mean, this is sort of the current trend of, like, you go to Disney, like, oh, Cruella de Vil, she wasn't so bad, but then I'm like, this is what this movie feels like it's doing.
And sometimes
like, she's cool. Cool genocide,
Well, you think of like Loki, or even, it's now the thing that we can't have villains. It's everyone has to be redeemable. It's like, oh, how interesting would it be if this character, and then you get things like Kylo Ren, which does a lot of terrible things, and I'm like, and I think they didn't get the balance right, because by the end you're like, no, I don't really feel this character is redeemed in the last 30 seconds of their life, to become a Force ghost. But that's where
Darth Vader,
you do get when you do get a villain that is like a straight up like bad person, and we want to see villains, and I'm speaking for myself, the royal we, the me. I want to see a villain
disavow
that they get their comeuppance. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see them redeemed or the complexities of their life. Like sometimes a story only needs a villain that's, they have a black hat on. They're the bad guy. Like that's enough. So I think and the way you guys reacted when I said it, like, am I supposed to feel sympathetic for this character? I think that is the $1 million question.
Because then I think the trailer itself answers the question after that. It's like, oh, you're a badass bitch, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, and look, I get Michelle Yeoh is a badass bitch, award winner, and rightly so. But like the character, I think, and look, this is our opinions, and obviously listeners can have their own, please do. But I think that was always the issue in Discovery, because it was Georgiou introduced as this, villain per se, who had these sort of wide, basically like the Q of Discovery, if you want to. But then there was this sort of, I'm calling it this odd Michael connection, whereas Michael wanted her to be good or to have this connection for whatever reason. And then that sustained that character to then make that character quote unquote good. And so then at the end, in that last character's episode on Discovery with the Guardian of Forever, it's like, oh, this is reformed Georgiou, because she goes back to the Mirror Universe and she can't be as bad as she wants to because she's been touched by Michael, and her heart grew 4 sizes that day. And and
it does have that vibe.
I'm slightly making fun of it, and I'm not saying it's not an illegitimate story, but I'm saying that's where you go, because then I think you have difficulty then with that character. Then here, oh, she's bad again. Okay, well, which one is it? Big-hearted or bad?
Refresh my memory, because I don't remember that at all. I don't remember her becoming good, or at least thinking that she was good at all. Like, because she was in our Prime universe, but at the end, the last time we saw her, she was in our universe still, right? Isn't that correct?
But then the Guardian sent her back to the Mirror Universe.
Oh, it did send her back.
Episode.
I don't even remember that. It happened, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, because I can't remember if that was the season you guys missed or not. But anyway, so yeah, because if you remember very quickly, so it's like she was presented with the issue that she was starting to fall apart, like genetically and whatever, because she was now in the future, and the explanation that director guy with the glasses explained was that because the Mirror Universe had branched off so far from her now where she was in the future, her cohesion was falling apart or something, blah blah blah, techno. And so in order to fix her, they somehow ended up on I forget, it's a funny name that I can't remember now. It was the Guardian of Forever, but it was like a regular guy. I can't remember. It wasn't Bob, but it was something like that. They didn't know that was the twist
it was like
at the end.
Charles or something. Yeah, it was
something like that. And you didn't find out till the end that was the Guardian, even though it was obvious. But anyway, he sent her to the Mirror Universe for that episode.
That's right. Because that I remember that subplot now, that she was decompiling because reasons, and so they had to send her back. So, but again, and that's where we were all like, so where is the Section 31 show that we've been told about? Because she's not here
she didn't
anymore.
come back. Did she not come? She came back.
It's the end of the episode. She comes out of the Guardian, having made her choice to be a good person.
That's right.
But she was like, anyway. And then like she has to make a choice about, do you live your life, and then she decides to just jump into the Guardian. I really can't remember the episode, so I'm doing a bad job, I know. But anyway, she basically says goodbye to Michael really quickly, and then jumps in, and then that's how it ends.
Wait a minute. She was not... Okay. Was this right before the finale or something?
No. It was like a season before, I think.
No, not the... For some reason, I had like a vague memory of her, like... Didn't a bunch of people leave the ship before they were going to jump into the future? And like, wasn't she like on like that? No, she wasn't.
No. She went to the future with them.
She went to the future? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Then I have my memory all mixed up.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I do remember she went to the future, because I also remember that also being a moment where I'm like, but how Section 31 show if in future?
Okay. So it is in the future. Okay, well, whatever.
So yeah, I don't know the setting for Section 31, so maybe it's early 24th century for all I know.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. My gut is telling me. Well, no, it has to be because Rachel Garrett. Okay, never mind. I don't.
I mean,
This was supposed to be short. Let's go on to the next one.
I know.
Okay, well, I'll just say that I disliked it. Let's move on to something a little more
I
positive.
will say we don't have a date though, do we?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
I'm not going to watch the trailer again to look for a date. Okay, so you
Because
can't.
the only date that jumps, we'll talk about it. I only saw one date for any of these trailers, and that was October 20 something
for Lower Decks.
Yeah, but like Strange New Worlds was like, "Yep, this is the thing," and Section 31 was, "Yes, this is the thing." I mean, I get it; it's August.
Yeah,
so
Section 31 was
2025.
Don't forget this is a thing.
It says coming soon.
Yeah, but what is that? Yeah,
That's what it says. So, yeah. I mean, whatever. I guess I'll sit down and watch it for an hour and a half. But I agree that I don't understand why we should care about Giorgio other than she should be in prison.
Now, I did say, which I mean, it's only to myself, so I can break it. But anyway, that when Section 31 came out, I would then watch the last season of Discovery. Because I don't have Paramount Plus. Because why? Everything's on Netflix here in the UK.
So, sometime in the unforeseen future,
Yeah.
we'll have to do that.
I'll
Phil.
do. Yeah. So sure, that'll be my week or 2 weeks of Paramount Plus. So
All right. I don't think they come in week chunks. I think you do have to subscribe for a whole month. So,
Yeah.
so
You know what
sorry
I mean.
about that.
Boo. What do they call a month in the UK, Philip? I don't know.
It's a moon.
Billy Wick.
a fortnight.
I mean, that's 2 weeks. So
Okay, so moving on to
Lower Decks.
Let's do Lower Decks.
Lower Decks.
So we know this is the final season of Lower Decks. So
I don't know
really-
anything, Daniel. Look,
I mean, it's fine. Hey, go out when you're on top. Go out
there's
when you're
always possibilities.
when you're doing good. So there was a lot of what was shown was sort of it's like clips, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, a lot of
like,
it was previous seasons. A lot of from season 1, actually, which was kind of weird. It's like, I feel like the tone has kind of changed since season 1, but whatever.
There was some Talins in there.
So they were like mocking like the idea that this was their last season, even though it was their last season. I'm like, I guess it's funny, but like this is actually your last season, so maybe this is their way of showing us that it was not their choice to end the show. But
Could be.
But yeah, so we got a little bit of that. You guys excited for? You're obviously excited for, but you see anything you like?
I mean, I guess what are the references that I quickly got? There was a good what's the stupid thing called? The gel from Enterprise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the bio gel from Enterprise, which it was perfect.
There was like 2 or 3 others that just because they were obviously quicks.
What was it? There's the biogel and then
Klingon stuff.
Yeah, I need to.
Oh, there was another Cerritos, Captain Vi.
Yeah.
There was I just can't remember them, but they were funny. It's going to be great, and it'll be sad.
It will be sad. October 24th is when Lower Decks is coming. So, are we getting
the last Star Trek of 2024?
Are we going to get? Yeah, are they going to drop it all at once? I can't remember how they do this. Do they do it weekly? I don't remember how they did it last time.
Weekly.
Yeah, they did it
be.
weekly, right? Because we didn't watch it. We would have binged it. I think if it was all at once. I think they dropped them weekly. So
I'm trying to remember because I remember the.
They're on Amazon.
Was it last season or the season before? I can't remember. No, it was like 2 before, with the mystery of the ship that kept blowing everybody up. Because that one came out week to week. Because I remember it being like what's happening, So I don't think Lower Decks has dropped all at once in a while.
Yeah, so we'll get weekly episodes for 10 weeks or whatever they do. So, and then I guess
always 10 weeks unless they change it from the last time.
Now, I don't know if you want to talk about it yet, but I guess there was additional news about Tawny. So,
yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, but let's get into, unless there's anything else because there wasn't really much to cover in Lower Decks, just a couple of quick jokes.
No, yeah, that's true. It was more of a we're back.
Well, I guess here's that over under. I'm probably not using that phrase correctly, but do you guys think this is truly the end?
Yeah, of course I do. I mean, they probably are ending it for a reason.
They're ending it because Paramount told them to. But I'm saying,
Paramount chose to do this, like from a production, whether it's not profitable or for whatever reason, with all the shifting management stuff.
My
whatever.
guess is, as time goes on, they're probably at the end of their contract, so keeping all of the stars is now more expensive, and it's just I'm surprised we got 5 seasons. Like, that's a lot nowadays. So usually, I mean, anything that's on streaming only, like Netflix or whatever, like 2 is,
I mean,
maybe what you're going to get.
Everyone knows the goal is, of course, 6 seasons and a movie. So.
That's right.
But
I was going to say that the guy who does the voice of Boimler is busy these days, right? He's in The Boys, and he does the voice of Superman on the new Superman cartoon. So he's very busy.
Yeah, no, I do feel. I mean, while I'm sad and yes, with animation you could keep going. Honestly, I would love some sort of spinoff that's like focusing more on the still animated, but kind of like a mix between like Prodigy and Lower Decks, where it's and we've said it all before, like, hey, if you want to get Avery Brooks back, like, make him animated. Like, any of these, like, think of all the actors that are still around that could animate whatever age they need to be. But I don't know. I mean, Lower Decks, I was glad we got it. I remember at the very beginning, we were all like, What is it? What is this show? But then it,
what in the Orville is this show?
It captured our hearts.
Mm-hmm. By the way, not Star Trek, but I will say Orville season 4 is kind of confirmed. So throwing that.
That's
out there.
true. I did see that.
Kind of confirmed.
Well,
After
I mean,
7
it was.
years, that's
I
all-
think it's confirmed. They've said that they are starting production in January.
Scott Grimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did see an interview. God, this must have been a while ago, like maybe a year ago even. But they were talking to the lady,
Adrian?
lady Adrian. Yeah. And she was talking about how miserable this has been for her because they're all still contracted, I guess, and so like really limits what she's able to do because this has been in limbo for so long.
It's like blank or get off the pot. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So that's good.
Yeah, I remember that interview. Yeah, part of it was the contract. Part of it was just it was so piecemeal, like working around everyone's schedules. Like it needed to just kind of end. And maybe that's how this 4th season came about, where they were like, hey, it's going to be at this time. Like it's less spread out. But I don't know. It's,
I like how it's such a Star Trek show. They've actually repeated Deep Space Nine of having the co-stars briefly marry and divorce. So, I mean, you just can't get more Star Trek.
Who got married?
Adrian and Scott Grimes.
yeah.
I didn't know that he's the pilot dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're. I mean, good. Look, I'm not making fun. Everyone.
It was.
They're married for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was not very long.
Which I think was approximately how Nana and Sadig were married too. So I can't say.
Yeah. Well,
at least they didn't have a kid. You know, so.
And they put it in the show. Moving on, we got the last trailer we got. Well, like you said earlier, Darren, it really wasn't really a trailer. It was more of just a scene of Lower Decks. Strange New Worlds. Season
It was acting very Lower Decksy, so I totally understand your confusion.
Very Lower Decks.
I think my thought is this: Strange New Worlds gets 2 hijinks episodes a season. So like, if I thought this is the show, I'd be like,
No, this is an episode.
But I'm like, oh, you did a musical and a cartoon. I'm not going to begrudge you the one Funny Vulcan episode, which, by the way, Funny Vulcan episode not been done. So let's do this.
What? What are you talking about? That funny Vulcan episode not been done. What about Take Me Out to the Hollow Suite?
What about? Oh wait, we have the exact same
Vulcans
thing.
were not funny.
It's called unification, guys.
Yeah, hilarious.
Where we turn Data and Picard into Vulcans with hilarious. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's
Darren.
serious.
I believe they were
Dead
Romulans, not Vulcans.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
True.
But yeah, this clip was hilarious, and I've said it before. I really like it when shows or movies just give you a scene. And
I mean, it was the Pike hair. Look, that's what it was. Okay,
Pike hair is
like
hilarious.
everything else would have been like, okay, and it's like, really, you're going to do like, okay, all right, guys, all right, you're just having fun here. We're just having fun here.
Well, and I'm assuming this wasn't edited. It was literally just how it would play out, because I love the fact that they didn't show the planet. Like, they go down the planet, take care of business, and are back up, super fast. But yeah, the whole, how much I was reminded that I'm.
I love that Spock is carrying all the equipment when they come back, by the way, if you'll notice.
It was great.
I thought it was a little over the top, which is fine.
Yeah.
But,
That's why I say, I'm like, meh, but you get 2, so you know.
Yeah, the funniest part of the scene for me was definitely not the Vulcan acting. It was the fact that they were only down there for 2 seconds, and they were so efficient as
They're
Vulcans.
making me look bad.
I thought that was good.
Yeah, no, I like the efficiency, but my favorite was when they're like, with straight serious tones, like, please beam 4 1/2 Vulcans down to the, like, you got to say it every time. Okay,
This is why Spock left. Look, we got to remember the guy was bullied out of his own culture. This is why.
He sure was. They just don't like humans, I guess, but that's okay. So yeah, we saw that, and there's not much news about Strange New Worlds, right? Nothing. There's no new cast joining that we know of, and
we don't have a date, do we?
I mean, per se. I mean, we sort of brushed aside because we've known so long, but there was the new member was there in the scene, Scotty.
Yep. Scotty was there. He thought it was funny that they all had pointy ears.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Scotty?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I vaguely remember that announcement, but I saw that person and thought it was crewman B.
You just thought Scottish crewman. I'm not assuming every Scottish crewman is Scotty. I'm not a...
No, I would never do that. But no, I did not realize that that's Scotty. So, okay, I'll have to watch it again, twist my arm, and see the Scottishness.
Yeah.
So that was Strange New Worlds.
Sorry, now I'm just picturing him talking to Kirk when Kirk eventually becomes captain. He's like, let me tell you some crazy stories from the Pike era. You won't believe.
Seems like every other week we had a musical, or we were turning into a fairy tale.
Now I want to
everybody was a Vulcan.
The Enterprise incident, which I think Scotty is the first person to see Kirk as a Romulan.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I've been like, I haven't seen yours like that since Captain Pike turned into a Vulcan.
Oh, boy. So the Strange New Worlds, as far as we know, we're getting some more of that at some point beyond season 4. So, exciting.
I'm assuming January or maybe December, because if Lower Decks is October and that's 10 weeks, that's like 2.5 months. That kind of puts us into January territory.
The only reason I said is Picard usually hit around February, March.
Picard is not a show anymore.
I know, but that was sort of the Paramount kind of sweet spot for the spring.
Yeah.
Because I think Discovery was late in April, and this is all memory, I might be wrong. But I think Picard was usually February, March. Yeah.
Hey, we didn't get any surprise, Star Trek Legacy or Picard season 4 or anything like that. So they're actually done, which is good. I'm happy with that. Let's just leave it where it's at.
I mean, cheers to the fans that push for it, and that's how things do happen. Apparently, that's how we got Strange New Worlds. So, not necessarily my cup of Earl Grey.
But we did
I will say, I feel like we're far enough now. I can could do slight Prodigy spoilers because I'm not even done yet. So I'm midway through. Did get Beverly. So that was very interesting.
She shows up.
Yeah, and this is the timeline that we're in. So it was old Beverly.
Leave it.
And lots of Wesley. So that's also mid-ish.
Wesley,
season.
huh?
Yeah. At this time, I mean, like I said, I haven't finished it yet, so I feel like I can do spoilers because it's been a month. I'm only midway through. So lots of Wesley.
Does it explain why he's not a ball of light? Or
he's a ball of light.
No, it's like Traveler Wesley.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, this is Picard, sequel.
It's very Doctor Who-ish if you think, Philip.
Very Doctor Who-ish. I mean,
yes.
And I think I haven't seen the articles. I'm sorry for the thing here. But like Dottie Gresham. But I think someone told me, so it's hearsay, that Will Wheaton was saying I was doing this as Doctor Who. And I'm like, I don't need to be told that. Trust me, when you watch him, 100. Like, it's not even per se any specific
like
doctor.
He's running around going like, oh my gosh, you guys are here. Wait, the time is later. Oh, the time is now. Oh, here we go. Like, it is, he's basically being a Time Lord, or acting as many Time Lords have in the past. Yes. Which isn't bad. I enjoyed this. I've actually seen a lot of people really positively respond to his portrayal of Wesley in this.
Interesting. It feels like kind of OP, right? Like, couldn't he just do whatever? Couldn't he just bring everybody back to maybe he can't. I don't know. I guess I don't know the extent of his abilities.
Yeah, without getting to we can. Because I think we're going off of Picard, what was established there, that he is what are they called? Not Guardians.
Traveler.
No, but like Guardians. Like, because basically, Whatever.
Oh,
I'm not
he's in the
using
Guardian Club. Yeah, I know what you mean.
that's the right name. But anyway, the people who use the safe elevator, like Gary Seven, because that's like Picard. What's her? I can't remember her name. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
her.
Mhm,
That's
mhm,
that.
mhm.
He's part of that group. That's what travelers are. Is that group? Whatever they're called. I can't remember off the top of my head. Because you see the safe and the TARDIS safe. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, but he's that. Just like he recruited. Well, I can't remember the character's name. Recruited what's her name? Data's not daughter.
We remember these shows so well.
Yeah.
Data's not daughter was called.
Soon, the 21st century soon, whatever, who got recruited by Wesley.
Real fans know Data's real daughter. Anyways, so
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. But yeah, let's move on from Prodigy.
Yep.
But then we talked about Prodigy. You almost ruined my transition here, Philip, because I was going to say
Sorry.
one show featuring Bob Picardo to us future show that's going to be featuring Bob Picardo. We got some casting announcements for Starfleet Academy. We already knew Tilly was going to be in there, right?
Yeah, we assumed. I
Yeah,
figured.
she was the first one. I think we were told.
Yeah. So apparently, Bob Picardo, Tig Notaro, and Oded Fair, I guess how you say his name. The attractive
Admiral.
man with the beard. Yep.
Yeah.
Are all going to be in it. So presumably, I assume
Which all three of those were not on my bingo card for being in that show. But hey,
And then, of course, I mean, that's and then
who,
Holly
who
Hunter,
still needs money? Who?
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right. We didn't talk about all those the other people that were cast as well, but. And then there was a
no names, but I mean, I'm sure we're all very good actors who will be playing the cadets. So we will learn to love.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people. So I guess most of these people are going to be cast as, presumably because they're all adults, are professors maybe.
No, they're all.
or
I mean, the Holly Hunter I think is going to be like the commandant. I don't like whatever you call her. And then I think Giamatti's the villain. I don't know who he is, but he is the villain.
Yeah, he's the villain.
And then the 20, 30 somethings are the cadets.
They're okay, but like Bob and
Bob's probably going to be a.
He's going to be the doctor.
He's going to be the doctor.
right.
Yeah.
Some version. Do not know. Do not know.
But my assumption would be that he would be teaching medicine. He would be teaching medical.
He's going to be teaching
Or history.
holographic ethics.
or holographic ethics. Tilly is also going to be a teacher, right? And I assume Tig Notaro is going to teach engineering.
She's going to be teaching history.
Yeah, so I assume a lot of these characters are.
It's like Saved by the Bell when they went to college. That's what it's going to be. So. Or I don't know, Daniel. For you'd be what? Boy Meets World goes to college, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. They didn't need to make a whole.
So
other show
who's
for
the Mr. Feeney that's still following them throughout all of time?
Tig Notaro. Or
I don't
it'd be
know. I don't know what it would be, but I guess maybe
Tilly. I think
Tilly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this takes place in the future as well. Because
Right, in the rebuilding
Discovery
of
timeline.
Starfleet.
the Discovery time zone.
30 seconds.
Interesting.
Yes.
So Bob is getting 2 of the new Star Trek shows. That's good for him. Good for him. 'Cause,
What is y'all's instinct? Is he Dr. Prime or the alternate future Doctor?
good question. I don't know.
I mean,
hope he's the same one.
I want it to be memory module that was found in a junk drawer. So he doesn't
third
remember
option.
anything except for 5 minutes after Voyager got home and then they unplugged him and it's like a backup from that. So he doesn't know anything that's happened in the last hundreds of years.
Is he just
So he
Image Alpha or whatever this? What is the version 1? What do they call it? Yeah.
This started
Mark
out
1.
as a joke,
Yeah.
but the more I'm talking about it, the more it actually makes sense because he is prime Starfleet. He knows how
that's
Starfleet
true.
officers should act, and their whole point is rebuilding with the tenets of the past and the things that they lost. So,
Well, we know it
I
can't be.
say joking, but it's actually I think that'd be kind of cool.
It can't be right from home because that would clash with what we know in Prodigy because he still continues on. And
No, I know that. I'm just saying this is a different Doctor.
okay, all right.
So I'm saying a memory module got turned off right after they got home. So he has zero knowledge of what's happened after the end of Voyager.
Yeah, that would be confusing. Because he would be like the Doctor B or the Doctor 1B. He would be,
Right.
he would still be the Doctor, but also kind of.
And then how do you explain the
not-
All respect to Mr. Picardo, the oldness.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. They're obviously going to maybe if they did it like they did Q, where
He
he's
thought
young.
a professor should be more mature.
Yeah,
Kind of like when he did the emergency command hologram and he grew those pips. He would just
or maybe it would be hilarious if he gets there and he's like, I thought of doing like a touch of gray on half my head,
Comes
as a
in with the
professor
pipe
should,
and the leather patches.
But then I thought, there's not a lot going on up here, so that would be funny, like Data did.
Welcome, cadets, to an exciting, syllabus of the Inner Ear, Part 1 of 32.
Of 32, yeah.
So this show is shaping up to be. It's got a lot of people.
I still think we got a couple of years till this show comes out, right? It's like,
well, it's being filmed this fall. So presumably,
so at least a year for special effects,
like a whole 365 days.
Yeah, so 26 is what we're thinking.
Maybe. How do y'all feel? Because at first I was like, ugh, I didn't ask for the show. I'm not trying to be a negative person, but I'm like, ugh, Discovery, okay. But they're stacking this thing that I'm like, we'll see, maybe. I'm not really 32nd Century was not my time to play, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll see how the tone is when the trailers come out and stuff for sure. Because I don't sort of care about the timeline there and what's going on. But if they're bringing cool people back and new cool characters as well, I'll check it out, see what's going on.
It's funny because we've all championed for an Academy show forever. We just never thought it would be in this era.
Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Star Trek has ways of pulling things out of a hat and us not thinking it was something we wanted, and it actually being pretty good. So I'm going to give it a shake.
Yeah, the reverse is true. And again, only speak for myself. Picard, everyone's like, and I'm like, yeah. And then I watched it. I'm like, maybe not. And so yeah, this is it. Yeah. The premise
I
of
will say with Picard, you could almost watch 3 seasons and see 3 completely different shows because it kind of was. If you just wanted to watch season 2 and just live in that world, that's fine. If you wanted just season 3,
not sure who would do that. But you're right. There's probably one person out there.
I feel like this is like the excuse the metaphor. The blind people with the elephant, describe an elephant. Please describe Star Trek Picard. It's it's this interesting spy. No, it's this in the time jumping. No, it's this nostalgic Enterprise D. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I wonder. It seems like, and again, this is just me opinion. Editorializing, it seems like this is the investment. This is the show. Starfleet Academy. This is going to be the show for Star Trek.
It feels like it will be the anchor show because I feel like even by then probably we'll know that maybe Strange New Worlds is coming to an end. Obviously we already have shows that are ending soon. We don't know. I just feel like it's going to be maybe if there's a second wave or or more that come behind it. But I feel like
I think you're right. I think. If Strange, I think that's the bigger question: is how many more seasons of Strange New Worlds are we going to get?
Is 5 the new 7?
It might be. It might be. Yeah.
Is it going to even get to 5? Because
it's
only
4.
3.
Ordered Strange New Worlds.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, they have ordered 4. Okay, that's true. I had forgotten that it got the season 4 order. Because it's weird. Because I don't know. I kind of expected Strange New Worlds to kind of slide over into the main seat.
I did too.
But I guess we got to live in the future. So,
yeah. I don't know. So that's it for now. But
one more series to talk about.
What did I miss?
Oh, this is the Tawny news.
Oh, that's right. She's writing.
Oh, yes.
Do we know what it is? Just that she.
What's the other gentleman's name? Because I know he's very famous. I don't want to ignore him. I don't know if someone wants to Google that while I'm talking. Justin? Because he's the guy who did White People. I can't remember. Y'all look it up while I'm talking. But it was Tawny, a Newsom from Lower Decks. Because the news. Now, this is me talking. I may be getting it wrong. So hearsay. Initially, the news was that she was going to be writing for Academy on the writing staff.
I do remember that.
May or may not still be true. But now the new news is she is now... is she show running, co-writing? I don't know. But basically writing, at least, with Justin's name I can't remember. a new, the way I'm getting it is a live action comedic Star Trek series where they are, the way I basically got it is like, it's focused on, it's not Risa, but metaphorically Risa. And this is the staff of that sort of plant, of that like facility.
Hotel, like a hotel show. But
they have found out that that their going-ons are being broadcast elsewhere. So basically, like they're in a, it's like a Truman Show. Basically, is what it sounds like. So that's the premise I got.
Interesting. So you have like Klingons checking in for a week, and
is it like faulty? No, too young for y'all, but faulty towers kind of thing.
I know faulty towers. Jeez.
I can't. Oh, here we go.
That's a really interesting premise. Like
Justin Simeon is his name.
Sorry, I got that wrong. Yes.
Also, I had no idea, but she did write. She already wrote for Starfleet Academy. She was talking about being in the writers' room for that. I had no idea she was a writer. I didn't know that. Did she write for Lower Decks at all?
Well, I think it's one of those
comedic.
Right? I don't know her background. I mean, I'm comedic actors, obviously, and voice actors, but
improv, and I'm sure she had influence on Lower Decks. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, Dear White People. Sorry, I was trying to think of Justin's background. Yeah.
Yeah, developing workplace comedy for Trek. So that's all we know. But that is something, and who knows?
Workplace comedy, as if isn't Starfleet their work? Star Trek's always workplace comedy.
They work in space. Yeah, that's what that's.
I mean, this basically sound. And I mean, I'm not. It is what it is. It's like The Office. I mean, which of course, Office has spawned every other copy. Which is, I'm not saying a derogatory. Some of those shows have been Parks and Rec, blah blah blah. Even like Abbott Elementary, arguably. To use a show that's still on the air is an Office, type, documentary, What We Do in the Shadows, this sort of conceit of like we are being followed by a documentary crew and we do,
documentarian comedy is very popular right now.
So, I mean, that's basically what this sounds like, the Star Trek, The Office, if you're into shorthand it, which they will, of course, but anyway. So,
yeah, I mean, that's obviously years away, but we'll see what happens. So Star Trek is certainly not dying, even though for maybe a little bit it seemed like things weren't looking up. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, we have... Is it literally going to be called New Paramount? I swear it is. New Paramount, eye rolls, will theoretically be official in the spring. This is... Sorry, let me back for... I'm sure people know, but if you don't know. So the sale of Paramount to...
That other company.
It's JJ's up. Not
Bad Robot.
No, but the other one. The
Skydance?
Thank you. Skydance. That's it.
Yeah.
So Skydance has bought Paramount Global, I believe is the official name. And so blah, 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 corporate. Sale's not official until I think February, March of 25. And then it will be New Paramount. I swear that's the name. New Paramount. And
Paramount Plus.
Well, and then we don't know dash from there. I mean, theoretically, Skydance is the most Star Trek friendly of all of the options that were on the table.
True.
So, what is
there
the future?
will be Star Trek? It's just what will it be?
Well,
and where will it be?
Yeah, exactly. What's the future of Paramount Plus? Don't know. Dash. But anyway, that's just one to throw
new
that out
streaming
there.
Service, Sky Paramount.
Or they just start, licensing like others do, and then it's
back to Netflix. To Netflix.
I mean,
one less streaming service. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean and I've said this before. So that's why I dropped Paramount Plus, because now, at least in the UK, everything's on Netflix. Like I'm watching Next Gen on Netflix now. So
we're a couple gens past Next Gen, but yes,
yeah, that's for sure. All right, everybody. Well, that was it. Lots of news to cover, but we made through all of it. So, Philip, if people wanted to find out which of these new shows you're most excited about, which uniforms that you want to, maybe Starfleet Academy uniforms are going to be all gray. We don't know. Where can they find you?
They can find me on the Insta at CAPTSFUFP.
And Darren, if people want to ask you what you'd be doing 1,000 years from now, where would they find you?
I'd be opening up this brand new Doctor module. I'm sure it's completely up to date. They can find me at drsci-fi.com, DRSCIFI.
And they can find me online everywhere at OneUpDan. That's the number one, not the word. That's it for this week. We'll see you next time. I'm Daniel Prue.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
And I'm Darren Moser.
Stranded here on Setting Alpha 3.